Did you know that Hogan's the one that broke in the Giant?
Yeah, man.
Did you discover him?
Chicago, yeah. I was playing basketball against Mr. T at halftime. Trying to raise
That's
money.
just a funny story in itself.
Now, what happened?
I
me and
spanked
Mr. T
at halftime.
Of a Bulls game?
It wasn't halftime. It was half court.
Right.
And I beat him. He's horrible. He's playing basketball.
Mr.
And
T.
then I played Dana Bonaducci and beat him.
Right.
In the third week, it was a CBA basketball team.
Right.
I can't remember. It was some team in Chicago, CBA. They were people from Coca-Cola, and they were trying to raise the attendance, so they brought me in and jacked the attendance up.
Right.
Then when I spanked Mr. T, it jacked the attendance up. Then I went on the local radio and said I took on Danny Bonaducci. Then they brought in a ringer the third week.
Paul.
They brought in Paul White.
And he played for Tulsa, didn't he?
Yeah, he played basketball.
Wichita State.
State.
He played
For Wichita State.
college basketball.
Yeah, for the
and
Shockers.
dude, every time he went to shoot a basket, I'd pull his pants down or tap him or something. Because we became friends that way.
Now, was he a nice guy? Was he cool at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after we did this, he came in the dressing room and
Now, was he big back then?
The Jimmy guy's manager, Strouser.
Yeah, Jimmy Strouser.
Came in the dressing room and he goes, "Hey,
Limo
Paul,
Jim.
Yeah, Paul wants to talk to you about something." Paul was shaking his boots, scared to death of me. And he goes, "Hey, let me tell you something, brother." He did a Hulk Hogan imitation.
Right.
I went back and I said, "Man, you guys got to see this guy. This guy's like Andre, but a small version.
Right.
The big hands like Andre, but he's young. He hasn't become a big stinky giant yet. He hasn't grown into his warts and his
grown into
bad
his
hygiene
warts
yet."
How bad a hygiene did Andre have?
No, Paul's cool.
No. Did Andre
Paul's
have?
clean as a whistle. Andre never brushed his teeth.
What do you mean never brushed his teeth?
Never brushed his teeth.
He was French.
Dude, Vince McMahon one time hooked Andre up to go to his dentist. This is a true story. And this guy had his office at his house. They told me the story that when Andre sat down to have his teeth cleaned, that spinning like a polisher that hits it. He got to smack the thing out of the way. He said it didn't even last 30 seconds. As soon as they hit Andre with a polishing brush on, they weren't going to scrape it. He wouldn't go for the scraple thing,
Right.
They just hit him with a polishing brush. They try to get some of the villagers out of his teeth, He goes, he got up. That was it.
You told me he was the mean. I mean, if he liked you, you were fine. But he hated Macho Man.
He hated me for the first 8 years. He beat me to death.
For the first 8 years?
Yeah.
That's a long time. I mean, when did you guys actually break bread and you became
probably
after the Japanese thing with Inoki?
Yeah.
You're okay. Why didn't you ask me for help? I said, dude,
Now, didn't he though? He had you so bamboozled that he would tell you, Terry, tonight we drink wine, and then you guys would drink.
Dude.
And if you didn't drink, then you were afraid to
Let me tell you the biggest mistake I ever made. Well, I can't say that.
Well, we're on satellite radio. You can say anything you want.
I can't say that.
I'm sure you popped a few Miller Lights before you've gotten in the ring or anything like that. Has there ever been a match that you got in the ring and you're like, damn, I'm drunk?
Everyone.
I mean, really, like one in particular where you're like, shit, I'm fucked up.
Moments.
Hey, one time we were in Binghamton, New York, right? And we had Scott Hall. It was me, Scott Hall.
That's equal disaster right there.
Yeah, Binghamton, New York. Me, Scott Hall, Hogan, Brutus. I don't know who. And Scott Hall goes, "Man, guys, I got this new young boy. Man, he's a fucking mark. He'll do anything I tell him. Watch." He goes, "Young boy, come here." And the guy's like 18, 19, 20. No, guy's like 22, 23 years old. He goes, "Hogan needs 3 cases of Miller Lite, and I need 2. Go down to the fucking store and get them." That's how they talked to these guys in the back. He went down there, got it, iced all up. Hogan got so drunk. Remember, we got in a fight with your private pilot because he wasn't going to pull us out on time because he'd been on the clock too many hours, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And if we waited like another 2 minutes on the runway, we'd have to spend the night.
Oh, yeah.
And you went up there and said, "Let me tell you something, brother. You're going to get this fucking bird in the air right now, my friend, or I'm going to grab the yoke for you."
Well, you had to get back to work.
Well, yeah. That's when Brutus got all drunk.
Oh, yeah. I fell asleep.
And threatened to beat me up. Did you ever hear that?
No.
And we're on this plane that Hogan rented, right? And it's like, I don't know, like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 an hour. And they make sure that you don't like fuck up the plane. You got to put a deposit down on it, right? So Terry and I are in the back seat where Hogan falls asleep. He's dead out. And next thing you know, Brutus is like he's drunk and all messed up, and Brutus starts spilling Diet Coke everywhere and just being a real fucking heathen, like staining the carpets on this plane. So I go, "Brutus, man, you need to chill out. Hogan's gonna have to pay for all this." And he goes, Brutus is, I love Brutus. My buddy goes, let me tell you something, you little fucking asshole. Fucking Hogan ain't here to save you right now. So I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. And I just look at him like, whoa. What do you mean? He goes, that's right. Hogan's dead ass asleep, and I've been with him longer than you have. And I'm going to kick your fucking ass when we get off this plane if you talk to me like that again. Okay. I want this. Hogan, wake up, man. Brutus is being a fucking dick.
Brutus can't whip his own ass.
One time, Brutus was out to dinner with Ron Diaz, who we all know, and I was out there, and he was literally, I don't know what he was on or what he was.
Monkey juice, probably drinking. Monkey juice.
He was reduced to grunts and clicks. Like he couldn't even order his dinner or nothing. I mean, just grunts and clicks was all that was coming out of him.
The biggest heat we ever got is with the French Hen for the grand opening, right? For Linda's restaurant, and Brutus is on the monkey juice, big time. Remember the old monkey juice, the GHB? And
that's right. That's what I guarantee you. That's what he was on.
And monkey.
It's that Renutrient stuff. They're
yeah,
actually selling it at GNC.
It was legal then. It was legal then.
GNC, yeah.
Oh, I love the Renutrient.
Well, anyway, Brutus does like 3 or 4 fucking capfuls, and Hogan and I are in eating dinner, and Linda comes in just mad as fuck and says, Terry, fucking Brutus is scaring people away. He's in the bushes, passed out. People are not going to want to come in here if they see a big fucking guy here. So Terry goes, well, go wake him up. So Linda goes to wake him up, taps him on the shoulder, and Brutus gets up and starts acting like a monkey. Just go,
straight up out of the bushes. Goes,
and he's walking around acting like that's how fucking uptight Linda is. Let's say if you and I were out drinking by the poolside, and we're out to dinner later that night, and you pass out. Heather, my wife, would be like,
she'd be making fun of me.
We'd be making ribbing you the whole 9 yards.
Her and my wife would be there greasing.
Yeah, we'd be making me ribbon. One time, me and Hogan are at the Bahamas, all fucked up. And remember when I passed out at dinner? And she goes, Terry, what did you do to him? He goes, I didn't do anything. Bubba fucking drank way too much on his own. And he slaps the shit out of me when she goes to the bathroom and says, you're getting me heat, brother. You need to wake up. Kick out. Remember that? Anyway, I'm
out.
I'll tell you what a match I really enjoyed. All kidding aside, like was you and The Rock. Like, did you guys have like a mutual respect for each other? I don't know. There was something special about that match.
The Rock got heat because Terry went over.
I didn't go over.
No, The Rock went over.
I know you didn't go over theoretically, but remember, I mean, the fans.
They were doing everything they could to bury my ass. They brought me back for a rib, and I stuck it up their cahooties.
Remember that? That was in Toronto. I was there for WrestleMania.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So was Pete from Wheel Tech.
Oh God,
Johnny Fitness.
What's Johnny Fitness doing nowadays?
Dude, he called me out of nowhere. It sounded like he was in a hollow cave going, Hogan, it's Pete. Remember me? He was going, when I got the message, it goes, Hulkster, like he's doing a cheer. I said, who the fuck is this? He goes, this is your old buddy Pete from Wheel Tech. If you need anything, give me a call.
You say, I don't need any methamphetamine right now, Pete. I'm fine. I'm all loaded up on that.
That's all good anyway.
I know you got to get going.